Let's unpack the gap between Oval Office claims on Iran and ground reality. So the president says recently,
you know, their drone factories are about 82% down, and their missile factories are almost 90% down. And many of their missiles have been knocked out. They used some, but we knocked out more than they used. And it's pretty amazing what's happened. They want to make a deal. But despite the fact that we are in what some people would call a war, we just hit a new high today on the stock market. We have S&P is through the roof. They're through the roof. And, you know, when we hit 50,000 on the Dow and 7,000 on the S&P, I said to myself, we got to do something about Iran. They want to have a nuclear weapon. You can't let them have a nuclear weapon. And I hated to do it to my...
Recent military strikes in Iran were literally just putting out a massive fire. And his ultimate red line? It hasn't changed. Iran absolutely cannot be allowed to get nuclear weapons. To back this up, he claimed 82% of Iranian drone factories are totally down. He also added that nearly 90% of their missile factories are successfully destroyed. Plus, he asserted Iran's entire navy of 159 ships is now completely underwater. Functionally, he insists that Iran's first and second string leadership have been completely wiped out. Shifting gears to Venezuela, he described a profitable joint venture relationship, bringing in record oil money. He claimed this Venezuelan revenue actually paid for the recent 45-minute military attack multiple times. He even tied these foreign policy moves to historic stock highs, like the Dow hitting 50,000. But Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher stepped in with a reality check, comparing claims against actual intelligence. First off, that Venezuelan oil money, intelligence shows it's mostly going right back to Caracas. On Iran, public talks are stalled, but the Oval Office insists Tehran is privately desperate. Capitol Hill intelligence disagrees, though. They estimate Iran actually still has about 40% of its drones. And it gets scarier. They supposedly retain a solid 60% of their formidable ballistic missiles. So what does this mean? If this ceasefire breaks, Tehran remains highly capable of striking back. Where do we go from here? Behind closed doors, strategists are constantly reviewing their options. One option, a short, intense barrage designed to force immediate negotiations or end the war. With talks stalled and weapons ready, the big question is, will this fragile ceasefire actually hold?